My name is Caspian Armani and I'm going to be going through the second Isaac at Mother's Day course. This is the main course. This is the Trenchmore beef. We're very, very excited about this. So again, we'll take everything out of the box. This is Trenchmore Denvor steak that has been cooked in a water bath to 54 degrees, so it's perfect medium rare all the way through. And that's just been cooked in a little bit of butter. These are roasted carrots that we roast in a little bit of butter for probably about 4 or 5 hours. We turn them every 20 minutes, so they have a nice crisp crust, but they're really soft and puree-like on the inside. This is sorrel yogurt. That's just going to bring a little bit of acidity onto the plate and carry the fragrance of the sorrel. This is a little carrot puree, beef jus, crispy shallots, and then over here in this punnet we have all of our garnish over here. This is a little fresh lemon sorrel and nasturtium leaves. Right, so you're going to want to go ahead and make sure that you get your beef out of the fridge probably a good 7 to 8 minutes before you cook it. That's just going to bring it up ever so slightly to around room temperature. You want to get your pan ready and your oven on 180 degrees ready to roll. You're going to put your bread straight in the oven. That's going to take about 12 minutes, so you want to get that in around about now. So you can put that tray straight in the oven with your bread and start heating it up. We'll then take the carrots and get those ready to go into the oven as well. We'll just take those out of the bag, just put them onto a tray. You don't need to put any oil on there or anything like that. Just the carrots on the tray, 180 degrees. They're going to take probably 7 or 8 minutes. Right, now we can get on to the cooking of the steak. We'll put all of this stuff off to one side for a moment. Right, so you want to start getting your pan really nice and hot. That's the first thing you want to do. Key rules of cooking steak, it's always got to be in a hot pan. Always, always, always. Now this is going to be a little bit different to cooking a traditional steak because this is already cooked. We're not trying to cook the steak in any way, shape or form. We're just trying to color it. This is exclusively about getting that roasted, caramelized steak flavor onto the beef. So we'll take the beef out of the bag, and now inside the bag you should still have all the cooking juices from the meat and a little bit of butter in there as well. Keep that to one side. We'll use that over the beef when it goes into the oven. So what I'm doing here is I'm just drying out the beef just a little bit. Go. Just blot that dry on a little bit of kitchen towel or anything like that. Right, so season the beef. A little bit of salt all over. Now this pan is smoking. We know we're pretty much ready to go. See, it's nice and hot. Put a little bit of this oil in here. And now we'll go in with the steak. And we're going to lay that away from us just to make sure that we don't get splashed on. Just like that. That sizzling sound, that's absolutely what you want to hear. You want to hear the colour happening on the other side of the steak. Lovely stuff. We get a little pan of water, heat it up. We're going to put that on the stove when the steak comes off. And that is going to be like a mini water bath. We're going to reheat our sauce and our carrot puree in there as well. Right, so the steak has just gone into the pan now. Just going to give him a few seconds. We're looking probably about 30 to 45 seconds on each side, and then we'll flip it and we'll keep rotating it like that just to get colour all the way around. We'll flip it now up onto one side. Careful, this gets very hot. Be careful of your fire alarms. This is going to wreak just a little bit of havoc. Right, so now the steak has just come out of the pan. You're going to take all of that cooking juice and all the butter that the steak was cooked in. And we're just going to put that into the still warm pan. It doesn't really have to be on the heat, or it could be on a very low heat. And we're just going to melt the butter. And doing this motion, just stirring the pan like that, it's just going to loosely form a little sauce. It's going to just keep that steak nice and moist in the oven. That's only going to go in for probably about 3 to 6 minutes. There we go. Just get that all involved there. Lovely, lovely, lovely. And now that's going to go in the oven 3 to 6 minutes or so. And we just want to warm that core temperature up. Right, now you want to get your pan of water onto the heat and get that ready to warm your carrot puree and your beef jus. Right, so these will be the last 2 parts of our dish. And we'll just leave those in there to start warming up while we get ready to plate. Right, so we'll just remove carrot puree and jus from the bag, from the pan, sorry. Just dry those off a little bit. Right. So the beef, the first thing we'll do here is we'll just carve that straight in half. Lovely. Put that on. Just like that. And once the beef comes out of the oven, it's really important that you let it rest just for a couple of minutes, just to let the moisture just re-expand in the beef. Let it relax itself. Right, so this is the carrot puree. Just going to go in here, just to the side of that beef. Lovely, bright orange carrot colour. That is lovely. Get these 2 bits of carrot. These will just go on the side here. Right, now this is Sorrel Yogurt. So this is just a little fresh yogurt blended with sorrel. We're just gonna do a few dots of this. Just have those bursts come through. Fresh, aromatic sorrel. Lovely creaminess from the yogurt. These are crispy shallots. These are just gonna go over the beef, just to add a little texture. Lovely. Now, our lovely little cress leaves, fresh nasturtium, little sorrel. And this is going to bring all the freshness onto the plate. We really want to load this up. Lovely, just like that. And then we'll finish right at the end with the beef jus. We'll just open that up. Make sure that all your jus is obviously at the bottom of the backpack bag before you open it up. You don't want to spill any on yourself. Here we go now with this beef sauce. And we'll just get that little pool up here in the middle. And then the rest just go around the plate, just like that. Lovely. This is the second course for Mother's Day. This is beef and carrot.